when change is imminent, we have to grab it with with both hands. Do you understand? For me, as I stated in my preamble, when UDP was formed, I was just 12 years old, not even up to the age of voting. Do you understand? So I grew up in the party until I became 40 something years old. Do you understand? So the same leader. Do you understand? For me, that sounds to me very undemocratic. And that sounds, because I cannot tell Barrow to live 10 years and I have somebody leading me for 30 years. So for me, it's like that defeats common sense. I'm not going to be comfortable to tell Barrow leave after 10 years where I have one person leading me for 30 years. Then so my reason of leaving United Democratic Party, it was a very emotional moment for me because this is the party I grew up, and this is the party that made me a National Assembly member. This is a party I have a lot of friends. This is a party I have risked my life for. This is the party my parents work for. My parents supported until their demise. So it was a very difficult position for me, if you ask me, that I have to take. But I know for my own political growth. So it's just more of a realignment and readjustment of priorities for myself and for my country. That's my main reason of leaving United Democratic Party.
So basically, you are saying that the only reason me at UD people is the flag bearer.
That is correct.
But are you saying that comes policies are realistic? They are things that they can achieve.
Of course, of course, they have policies that they can be able to achieve. I don't think they have any fake policies. All their policies are realistic policies that they can, they can implement as government. But the flag bearer is the issue.
UDP support no yola tare ka support
That
na te different joint
that is correct.
andum fana ya fo nun ko come like immediate killer life risk like UDP.
Yes.
So ni ya fo immediate killer life risk like tol dol mel malo anin lamoy rale prisa seniendi yila life risk ki nyaadi.
Yeah, thank you very much. When I say a risk for the party, that's number one. I think 2017, after 2016 presidential election, I was attacked in my office by few soldiers and plain clothes officials because of I wrote something on my Facebook wall. They had to cover. They came for me in my office, and that was a little bit fracas. And subsequently, I was able to run for my life. That's number one. Number two, here when people have went to a very good job that is well paid. Nobody want to enter politics. Nobody want to be visible in politics. So when I was at the OIC, it was also a risk. It was a risk to have a family, have a wife, that I love so much that I can imagine. So coming so visible in politics in those days was not, an attribute for many young Gambians. So I had to sacrifice my job and got more visible in politics until it was noticed by State House, and then it was noticed by the OIC secretary, and subsequently I was called several times about my political involvement. So that was a risk. I put everything, in UDP in 2021 presidential election to make sure the party won. My colleagues were there, very quiet. Nobody entered. So these are some of the risks that I took for the party. Momo Sabally, I have no issue with him. I have no personal differences with him. Mbebe Gambian at one point, and then I later on, I later on read. I cannot remember the actual content, but I sort of, very belittle in this country. So Bill Wakeda, so few years down the line, Inata appoint as Director General for Daily Observer, if my memory could serve me well. So what on the University of the Gambia, mbe lo karankanye. So another ya student program ya invite. So be ya invite, and I blow the mobile. So I blow the ngamblo wafa koto. ngai ko ngai ko ngai no bir na mbulo fa ko ngai dem jongol di non membe je don comme ibida television do jadle I was telling them for television ko exactly kam mo be ne
wala na ye fon ye wala na ye
ha ngambulo fa don ngai ko dem jongol di tam ko bulo di jongol so amal tawulu ngaja asel do sondara so be abo do na man na issue soto na man na nyojo dlara fo bira jonte United Democratic Party ngam 2018 2019 so ni jonte United Democratic Party comme funding ke wolta nke invite dinala nke fone left and near demorok so he say accuse for the breakfast for left the breakfast level for left the condom level for left the simol level so ate simol accuse man fo wato ko goka dam do sima wato aka lafta campaign managerial there was controversy dia mo be kere son ko be kere do ba fa karafa do ba fa mor sabal so ndaga nyum mo fulo la quality jibe nga atala quality jibe nga karafa quality jibe nga karafa consistency jibe nga atala consistency jibe I weigh a lot of things on the nga karafa humility jibe nga atala arrogant behavior jibe campaign manager you should be a person of good character a person of impeccable character a person who is not arrogant. So I put all of this person who is humble. So for first, karafa humble, modu sabal arrogant, nga disqualify. Do you understand? Second, karafa consistent, modu sabal inconsistent, nga disqualify. Do you understand? First, and another thing, karafa open, modu sabal not open, nga disqualify. So ntangal feng ke boxo ko nga modu sabal nga extrovert nko sa what I will do let me go for him dan kay ko mo sabal ibi menkela ha nimbula krafay ite ka karfal assistant polika fama ibi men do malong ngal no buru somanda ibi men do ngalo na takala ni sa ka karfal assistant ndel na digiri ndel kay ko gondi bin di fa la digiri ga poldi go sam so kra nko ba fangela ga honorable contending I think honorable sister if my memory ko sapan wala dundan tem so you can see the arrogant just to mission somebody's deputy fire jeko that should not happen
come back to what I feel like he is arrogant.
He's arrogant. Yes. For one political party to the other. That's inconsistency. That's inconsistency.
Okay.
Yes, one political party to that's inconsistency.
Arrogancy.
Very arrogant. You didn't see the way he speaks, the way he writes. He calls himself Gambian pen when the pen doesn't have any ink.
Okay, so that is your pen. Basic go.
Yes. If you are a pen, you have to add ink. Pen must write. But if you don't write, how are you? How are you a pen?
That is what Hans our better opinion or the right?
Yes. That's the opinion of many Gambians.
Okay.
He calls himself pen, but he has no ink.
Before honorable Usain Bakala flag bearer, you guys were still together, right? But Kabiri had Foko come say, okay, he is going to be the flag bearer. And Ali Talibia feel like, okay, it's high time Molian Consum Party form. But before Albert man expect no Kabakala the flag bearer.
Yeah, more understand about UDP policy, our policy, for our laws. There was no flag bearer. Immediately, Usain Dabo was defeated in 2020 presidential election. I think people should understand this. You defeat no flag bearer, so Usain defeat in 2020 presidential election. There was no flag bearer. There was only a party leader. Do you understand? So people cannot. These two titles cannot be. They are not interchangeable. Do you understand? Party leader is parallel to a flag bearer. So Bila Usain in the 2021 presidential election. There was no party, there was no flag bearer in the party. Every member in the party was a potential flag bearer. Anybody could apply to be a flag bearer. Exactly. Mama say fan intersection of flag bearer to the party. So by way of that is why if I see people in UDP making it a taboo to say I want to be a flag bearer, that becomes a problem. It's so annoying.
So it is open.
It's open for everybody to apply to exactly. So why will somebody say I want to be a flag bearer? That is a problem. UDP Malo Kafoko come work with president by force. UDP lota ni kanko ni aji alfa to parti be 1996 wala pour que Gambia bondi UDP mallo ko ka fako nga ke ko rek president by force nga lamin ke president by force nga binta ke president by force the party is established pour nga Gambia be bata men kono ay bo bata kono not to make one individual a president. Exactly, that's the reason.
Sani ya ko wala na party new form that okay UDP party new form that pour que Gambia no bandi bata kono.
That's correct.
So are you saying that come say anyone in the political party me and uncle I feel like the person is competent enough.
That is correct.
The person is capable enough. Now Mario Lota, you guys are fine with it.
Of course.
You guys are fine.
Of course.
Honorable Usain Dabo flag bearer.
No, you are taking back to what I said. I said I have no policy differential, no policy agreement issues with UDP. The only problem I have with the party is the choice of their flag bearer. The first comment I'm going to make after the results were declared in favor of Adam Barrow. Well, I'm going to wife for Usain Slawa Kai. To be honest with you, I think it's enough. I tell you for
have you communicated that for you or for Allah Jelaba?
No, I communicated that Usain. I told Usain.
You communicated
of course, I had a conversation with him. I told Patila, I don't want to go in the private conversation, but one thing I can tell you, I told him that if you contest 20, well, I don't go into private conversation, but one thing I know, I told party leader right in his office call near the 2026 inter support. And that's okay with you. It's a very democratic party. But when we lose the 2026, but my party UDP is also going to be very irrelevant in the process. Do you understand? Because Gambians, where everybody was thinking, Gambians were thinking, UDP be falling through Kelele, is a candidate to the Gambian or the Gambian or the Carter file May. Do you understand? But since UDP Moke, they maintain a party leader, I can tell you they'll be very irrelevant in 2026 presidential election. Relevant we lose elections.
Oh, they are going to lose elections.
To put it bare minimum.
Interesting. Okay, so now, say now ko say Barobo lose lale, UDP will lose lale. Say no win.
We are going to win. Unite movement for change. Because Gambians want change. He said, he doesn't love this huge opportunity. Talib, let me tell you one thing. Talib is loved by Gambians, irrespective of party, irrespective of tribe. Everybody loves Talib. And what I also realized about my former party, they are very weak in managing success and opportunities. And let me tell you, even as human being, if you don't manage your success and opportunities, you cannot be able to buy cars, you cannot be able to pay your children's school fees, you cannot be able to build a house, you cannot be able to take your mom and dad to Mecca because you are a failure. Do you understand? So UDP cannot manage success and opportunities when it comes before them. Barrow was our success. I asked myself this question, and I asked Alec Dabo this question several times. Manage not to manage, as our success. Because sometimes managing a success is difficult. But you the one that is giving that success to be able to manage. So I want to believe do you understand? UDP as a political organization did not manage Barrow well. And subsequently, imagine Sidinja and others are now the face of the parliament, second arm of government. That's because UDP could not manage our success, which was Barrow. Now, we see an opportunity. Okay. Success is now gone now. Okay. We have now seen a clear opportunity at plain sight. That opportunity presented himself as Talib Ahmed Bensouda, a product of our party. Nobody knows Talib prior to 2018 mayoral election. Our young companies, our women, everybody work for Talib, but now Talib become a global brand. Okay. An opportunity. Exactly. Exactly. You understand? An opportunity. Now they don't also want to grab opportunity. So I've asked myself, before I leave UDP, I will ask myself, success opportunities, a political party that cannot manage success and opportunities, then I don't think it is very well to be in that party.
day, our wonderful viewers. Welcome to Fine TV Gambia, your only viewpoint. Today, as usual, we bring into your doorstep our usual issues on nation building. Here with us is Honorable Yaya Menteng Sanyang. I am your host, Alama Diouf, and here with me is a colleague. I would love her to introduce herself.
Assalamu alaikum badi mangdi kola na kamwela alben jibe kanda me wala kita fan TV Gambiati alla tele mo men doren derete ka jibe nyimmal la programme multi men kanal ya dimas on fan TV Gambia men be dandi bankola tara bulol.
Okay, do stay tuned with us for this interesting conversation. So, you are welcome, sir. Honorable.
Thank you very much, Adam, and thank you very much, Madam Juf. Well, thank you very much, the cameraman. I'm very sorry for the delay. I have to repeat this on and on and on. I was not able to manage my time, and subsequently, you guys spent few hours before I could arrive. And my apologies, okay?
So, Honorable, can you tell us, is that no Molia ko Dumale military? Like, yellow biography for Molia?
Okay, thank you very much. Intimu Honorable Yahya Sanyang, but fondly called Honorable Yahya Menten Sanyang. Mbulu wuluta Queenala village Kian Central district ngana junior school and primary school junior school nga beke in Queenala junior in Queenala rather Mbronon Queenala Nara Brikama where I did my high school and also where I did my college. I was a teacher. I taught for few years before I traveled outside the country, where I went and pursued civil engineering. So when I came back, bring another Gambian and work at World Bank, project coordination unit, Ministry of Education. Mbroto Narata Gambia OIC Secretariat as deputy project manager. I'm also a consultant in those days. I do consultancy for IFAD, International for Agricultural Development, Narata University of the Gambia, where I studied law. Last year, I was enrolled, as a lawyer and barrister of the Supreme Court of the Gambia. 2022, I resigned from the Gambia OIC Secretariat to enter for politics because in those days, during Usainu Boyta Carter 2021, our party was under threat, and I feel like if some of us don't sacrifice in those days, UDP will not survive the defeat they encounter in 2021 presidential election. So not a OIC, not a contest as a National Assembly member for Latukunda South the constituency, not a win under the UDP ticket.
Okay, that's a brief explanation already. So if you have to go, me motivate tata UDP, wala ko kabriya feel like the election when you lose,
yes,
and then you want to step in.
That's correct.
Is it no deep into that? Yeah, explain more.
Yeah, because UDP is a party I was very emotional attached to because why? Party the mayor uncle abe form the song and I was just 12 years old. But party the mayor uncle ngambama ni mfama tara party ngino kono and in a family member will be. So promo party abe problem okono. I have to step in whatever means I can do. So bring UDP by 2021. Mode disconnected. UDP didn't be disconnected about politics. So in those days, if some of us don't sacrifice color, because UDP nearly mina for demanding bring 2021 presidential election. Nin deputy cartel for mang some energy pickup, some momentum pickup that the party is going to die. So subsequently, we attempt to motivate. That was also my job. Actually, at OIC was under threat because I was supporting UDP openly. I was supporting UDP openly, and during election process, I made a lot of donations and a lot of party meeting attendance. So when I left in until I was called at the State House, I was also called at my workplace, that was OIC. Then they saw me some pictorial information score. I do attend UDP meetings and I do wear UDP t-shirts. So one thing I know, whether I enter politics in those days or not, I was going to leave OIC because my job there was under threat. I think election was this December, January, and my contract in April. So it was made to me explicitly clear for after April they are not going to renew my contract. So subsequently, All these things are factors. First, to do something, and second, to make sure napati kanafa pati me alonko. Nga ketamban fal block on, and I don't want it to see go like that. So we have to sacrifice.
Oh, okay, then. Mungkin medis no di prumo ya boje
That is
prumo ya chama fasa very cool mi ano ko ya tarale and fana ya feel like okay say could it be also me fana ya motivate to get into it also is ya feel like no comes is a put me ano paso mood boni no bata ko no
I agree with you. I agree with you. UDP stood for that. They've been standing, for that since 1996. I agree with you. I agree with you on that. I will never dispute that, even though, I leave the party, but I will not still say they are a very bad party. I will not still say that. I leave them because of principles. But I agree with you. In those days, if they are given chance to manage the affairs of the country, it could have been different. Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Honorable Sanya, another question following Betty, wala muli bial no kuitele National Assembly member of Latrikunda Sabi. So what munem bata quality ita come face as MP.
Yeah, as National Assembly, you see, politics is a different field. Political mandia, especially ni mo la karifa yesindi, mo la jernya buka clean. You understand? Mo do ke itala do ko nyame, and itala do ko nyame are very very quite different thing. It's a very very demanding job. You understand? Because in a constituency, it's like you must be emotionally attached to every body in your constituency. So that makes it very, very, very difficult. It's like every day, whether you go to a program or not, alonko you have a request to attend a particular program for Kulia Lambang, for Manu Bito Lambang, for Yesangol Momenya, for whatever. So every day you are engaged. Every day you are engaged. That makes National Assembly work very, very, very difficult and very, very challenging and very, very, very demanding. Almost every day, every time you mention for yourself and your family is very, very limited. If you don't, in fact, you have to balance. Otherwise, your family is not going to have your time. Look at what happened to me today. I was not able to manage my time, and subsequently, I got to the phone today for more than 2 to 3 hours, which is very, very unfair. So, to answer your question, those are some of the challenges. Those are some of the challenges. You have thousands of people demanding certain things from you on daily basis. So that makes it very difficult.
So within the parliament o kono jala National Assembly. Foi mo problem mo sa
No. I don't have any problem in the National Assembly. It's a very nice job in the chambers during debates. Politicians are just like that. Disagree to agree. So National Assembly work is very nice, and committee scrutiny, committee meetings, plenary meetings, debates in the chambers, agree, disagree. Sometimes it's so nonsensical, but you still love the job. Yeah.
Okay, moving to next question is ila mira bodo. Ite ya mira masakunda ibe kuke kanne kuka ajeko transparency and accountability super banku kanja.
Well, there are steps. There are steps to that, but they are not among enough. Because first, let's give let's give credit where it is due. First, they were able to bring anti-corruption bill before the National Assembly, and the National Assembly passed the bill. And lately, they have also instituted commissioners for that commission. So those are all steps to combat or to eradicate corruption in the country. So the government did that, but whether they'll be able to do their functions properly is another thing. You can have a whole lot of anti-corruption commissioners, but if they don't perform their job as expected, so it's no. So to answer your question, yes, efforts they did some efforts to eradicate corruption in the country by way of establishing the anti-corruption commission, but whether it will be effective is another thing. Me, you, and other citizens can wait whether they will be very effective to combat corruption.
Honorable, say kumburum kumat kominata kaka MP di nyami kolo on the
UDP
flag there. Say mali understand come say normally niko this position is there vacant under this political party. More kanara forward ya okay ndafa na mala fila ka fenga ndafa na mala fila ka fenga. Say fete fane
well, it was not. You see, for me, I think being a National Assembly member is my calling. I remember 2016, 20 after 2017 revolution, the people of Kian Central, they came, the late Tumbulu, their chairman was Tumbul Samate in Bumari village. They came to my house when I was in Fajikunda. They said whether I will want to contest National Assembly elections. I told them in those days, no, I cannot contest National Assembly elections because then we just started. No, we didn't start OIC, but then I was working at the World Bank Project Coordination Unit at Ministry of Education as a consultant. So I did not, I declined that invitation actually. So 2022 also, prior to National Assembly elections, Keba Kinte of Lamen here. Then I just moved newly to this facility, actually, to this house. So when he came, nakoto kelem dal, nakoto na Keba Teron. Akonyo ko mbele flele National Assembly election fila kana sa be lamen nyame fosilo lamen Busumbara constituency. So
UDP, right?
abe UDP land sa Keba Kinte, yes. So I also declined. I know I'm not prepared to be National Assembly member for Busumbala constituency. Guy, if I am going to be National Assembly member, I will go for Kiang Central, where I was born, and Blatrikunda Sabiji, where I resided for quite a number of years. So, Guy, Busumbala could not be an option. So I think I was there the following week also. People from Fajikunda, Baba, led by their councillor, their recent councillor, Baba Gabi, also came to my house and told me the same information that they want me to contest as National Assembly member. So then I realized probably it's my calling. I told those people, okay, let me talk to my family members, let me talk to my wife, my children, and my family members and see what can be done. So after my consultation with my family members, my wife and everybody, they no, initially my wife was not very okay with it, but I had to convince her that I think I'll be able to make it. Because then many people are looking at the differentials, the vote differentials between Usain and Barrow. I think Barrow was like 16,000 to 17,000 and Usain Dabo was just 10,000. So that vote differentials was a concern. And some of my friends also, I can still remember some of my friends did not agree to it because they were very considerate and very considerate of the differentials, whether I'll be able to close the gap. I told them, well, let me just give it a shot, and that's how it happens actually.
And that is a good thing. Time. Okay, it shows that it was people who were come say more of a demand can you run for the position, right?
That is correct. I have never, to be honest with you, being a national, if I was not thinking that I will,
You were mentally ready for it.
yes, but politics. I remember when I was at the university in Taiwan, there is this friend from Indonesia, Alex. We used to have chat politics. You know, we used to chat politics. That I know one day I enter politics, but I don't know how with who, because with me and him we used to chat about politics, and now he's also a parliamentarian in Indonesia. Actually, he's also a parliamentarian, and whilst I'm also a parliamentarian in the Gambia. So I definitely will enter politics, but it was not my calculation that it will come this early. But if you ask me, I had political ambition since I was, because I used to, in fact, when I was teaching, some people they used to call me Obama. I remember when I was working at OIC, Esa Bokasi, and others used to call me Chairman, His Excellency. So, because I used to have that political posture. So, you know, that is it. But I was not calculating that it will come very, very early.
Very early at this early stage.
That is correct.
Okay, then that is a good thing. Where attending ko niya the more for another more cater demand as an individual. Ikafe ko na yelo yung position. Aya solo ko ila bangko diya anila kano fera bangko way wala so.
That is correct.
Yeah.
That is correct.
Yeah. If that is the case, and normally I realized that okay, majority of the people many are okay back oh when you stand for MP. Majority of them were on the UDP, right?
That is correct.
Very good.
So, that is correct.
Like what is that major reason? What major reason the you leave UDP to the Unite movement?
Yes, Unite movement for change. That's the right nomenclature. Thank you very much. Well, for me, when change is imminent, we have to grab it with with both hands. Do you understand? For me, as I stated in my preamble, when UDP was formed, I was just 12 years old, not even up to the age of voting. Do you understand? So I grew up in the party until I became 40 something years old. Do you understand? So the same leader. Do you understand? For me, that sounds to me very undemocratic. And that sounds, that's a, because I cannot tell Barrow to live 10 years and I have somebody leading me for 30 years. So for me, it's like that defeats common sense. I'm not going to be comfortable to tell Barrow leave after 10 years where I have one person leading me for 30 years. Then so my reason of leaving United Democratic Party, it was a very emotional moment for me because this is the party I grew up, and this is the party that made me a National Assembly member. This is a party I have a lot of friends. This is a party I have risked my life for. This is the party my parents work for. My parents supported until their demise. So it was a very difficult position for me, if you ask me, that I have to take. But I know for my own political growth, so it's just more of a realignment and readjustment of priorities for myself and for my country. That's my main reason of leaving United Democratic Party because for me, it will be better if we had changed our leader. Do you understand? And it's something I'm very uncomfort. I'm not comfortable with. You know, we political parties in this country need to have term limit for their leaders. Do you understand? If you contest for election, two consecutive elections, you lost a party of more than 200,000 support. Let somebody also come and lead. So for me, it doesn't give me sense that one person can be leading. The party. You can even be the party leader, but when it is about election, we can choose a flag bearer. A flag bearer is one we are going to prepare, you understand, for the election. So my reasons of leaving United Democratic Party is not on policy differential, it is not on program differentials, you understand. It's about the choice, and I said this before many media houses. My difference with United Democratic Party is the choice of their flag bearer. In my opinion, he will not be able to win election. I'm not God, but that's just my opinion. And for me, I'm somebody I aggressively pursue what I believe in. What I believe in, I aggressively pursue that, especially if I advise myself several times. I do. So that is the difference. My only difference with the United Democratic Party is the choice of their flag bearer, which I think somebody new should come down be able to generate extra excitement among the voting population, among the youthful population. That's just kind of new excitement that Gambians want to see in our political dispensation. So since the party failed to do that, I felt like the best decision I can do is to live very quietly and pursue what I believe in.
Okay, so basically you are saying that Iba Fukanoko, the only reason me at Naye UD people is the flag bearer.
That is correct.
But are you saying that policies are realistic? They are things that they can achieve.
Of course, of course, they have policies that they can be able to achieve. I don't think they have any fake policies. All their policies are realistic policies that they can, they can implement as government. But the flag bearer is the issue.
Okay, Mr. Sanya. Memang la ko madamandi ko ya fun ko ila herin so la ka UDP support no yo la tare ka support na te ta fara join tam.
That is correct.
Andum fana ya fun ko come like immediate killer life risk like UDP.
Yes.
So ni ya fo immediate killer life risk like tol dol mel malo anin la moy rale. Prisa senyen di yila life risk ki nyaadi de.
Yeah.
Andum fana ite mun development program la kamana ila Fenko, constituency, that is Latrikunda Sabi.
That is
so
correct.
These are the questions that I want you to clarify.
Yeah, thank you very much. When I say I risk for the party, that's number one. I think after 2017, after 2016 presidential election, I was attacked in my office by few soldiers and plain clothes officials because of I wrote something on my Facebook wall. They had to cover. They came for me in my office, and that was a little bit fracas. And subsequently, I was able to run for my life. That's number one. Number two, here when people have went to a very good job that is well paid. Nobody want to enter politics. Nobody want to be visible in politics. So when I was at the OIC, it was also a risk. It was a risk to have a family, have a wife, that I love so much that I can imagine. So coming so visible in politics in those days was not, an attribute for many young Gambians. So I had to sacrifice my job and got more visible in politics until it was noticed by State House, and then it was noticed by the OIC secretary, and subsequently I was called several times about my political involvement. So that was a risk. I put everything, in UDP in 2021 presidential election to make sure the party won. My colleagues were there, very quiet. Nobody entered. So these are some of the risks that I took for the party.
Okay. Question do you want to most of the time near post on Facebook, the presidential advisor, the Mohammed Sabally, also would try to debunk your
It's a very foolish man.
So that shows that you people have some disagreement or conflicts.
No, I have not.
But earlier some issues so that many alongo abe alda maltema. So nisa seneni no mole mu issue la baltema or fale personal issue la sugar.
I have no personal issue with Mohammed Sabally. Historically, I think in the full disclosure of facts, I think when he served at one point, whether as presidential affairs minister, but he read a letter before the Gambia television, that a letter that went against the entire Mandinka tribe, and I'm a very proud Mandinka, to be honest with you. And so when that happened, I think after when I was reading law at the Gambia, at the University of the Gambia, he came there. Do you understand? But that was not the period he read that letter before the national television. But I think he was sacked from that position. So later, a particular year, I was at the law school, Gambia University of the Gambia. So he was invited. I think then he was very director, Daily Observer. I can remember. This was a student program, so they invited him. So when he came to the university at law school faculty, I was sitting with few friends, and he came. He shook hand with all of them. Then when he reached me, I told him, no, I don't shook hand with people like you. I disgraced him there, to be honest with you. So I don't know. Later, I don't talk with him, to be honest with you. So when he joined the United Democratic Party, I have a tradition in those days. Any youth man who joins the United Democratic Party, I do open invitation for you. If you want breakfast, I have breakfast with you. If you want lunch, I have lunch with you. If you want dinner, I have. So that discussion is for you to make. But my invitation is open. You can grab breakfast, you can grab dinner, or this thing. Or how do I call it? Or breakfast, lunch, or dinner. So I invited him. He opted for dinner. So I took him out. So when that happened, ko nga fanya ni mo jonda UDP wato, nke invite le for breakfast lembang, for dinner lembang, for exactly welcome the passing. So start the story with ko nga men for no angle account. Momo Sabally, I have no issue with him. I have no personal differences with him. Mbebe Gambia Jani at one point, and then I later on read. I cannot remember the actual content, but I sort of very very belittle in this country. So bilu wakeda so few years down the line, Inata appoint as Director General for Daily Observer, if my memory could serve me well. So what on the University of the Gambia, me lo karankanya. So another ya student program ya invite. So be ya invite, and I blow the mobile. So I blow the ngamblo wa fa ko. Ngai ko no bir ngamblo wa fa ko ngai dem jongal di. No membe je dron comme ibita television jadle. I was telling them for television ko exactly come mo be ne.
Wala na ye fon ye wala na ye
fa ngamblo fa bon kai ko dem jongal di ko blow di jongal. So amalta wo ngaja asel ko sondara. So be abodo na issue soto naman na nyojo dlara fo bira jonte United Democratic Party ngam 2018 2019. So ni jonte United Democratic Party comme funding ke olta nke invite dinner nke phone left near the morok so he say accuse for the breakfast for left the breakfast level for left the condom level for left the simol level so ate simol accuse man for water on kongo kadam da simol water so ate simol accuse so nga invite simol ntare we talk of differences well no kuma jama we chat a lot it was Chinese bamboo restaurant in yes yes I initiated the no what among the yadan for let's pay attention to the conversation. Bray Manding Konden, another university of the Gambia. Yeah, invite program or I interested. It was a student program, which myself I was in the hall, I think. But then I didn't know then I introduced in Banter, I blew the mola blue, but after I blew Nangambo of Hago. Guy don't join the Nabaga, blow the John Mayanko, Eka Shi and Nembankoka. So understand. So, Konga Fanyam, just repeating myself. I joined the United Democratic Party and they have a tradition. I joined the UDP. Nke invite le. If we left nga dasamol ko for left nga kon for sima. So ate sima or choose. So I go man for sima wato kongo kada badandi ba. So ate sima wato. Exactly.
The incident nyinka.
That is correct.
So ulat nang kay nyinika ipo mo me yo ko ite mu jongale. Ate buka blodi.
No.
No, welcome.
No, that's people are reconciled.
Is it because you joined the party?
Yes, that's number one. But also, no. What do people have to understand? Ning hadama dingo, moga transform le.
That's true.
Do understand? And hadama dingo falang people can reconcile.
Yeah, do
understand? And for me, I see no irreconcilable differences between human relations. Even more secretary be sama le dia. So therefore, ko karmu sungolti yesterday. You want to steal him as a thief. People can transform. People can reform. So I think he first for us to reconcile, and second, I was thinking that he has transformed or reformed.
So Kabar reconciled. Partner ka apologize here, because
No. I think he should apologize to the entire Mandinka tribe, not me. Yes. So we became friends, and I can tell you he was. Also my so when Obakero Bodage Dara Ganjambure Congress, Ganjambure Congress bring a selection of a carry, do you understand? When for na Sungarajo for Minaka, honorable Canton and honorable Sisawala Duntantem. So yeah, he's very arrogant. He's very arrogant person. He knows very little, but he's a very arrogant person. So bring selection about campaign manager until it is a careful assistant about man and don't go fighter on display. Guy bëggee fañ ita na mo la pati ko ko ka fa ñadi ita ni kara fa sañu sa wono place so fan kam fan dije fa mo mod but he was very lucky that he didn't touch me otherwise we would still doing very different.
Okay so I'm move la do ite mo kala mara so de même fola banku dumale mel yamira ko comme like ni mu ñaaton kodi comme ita mu NPD ñam ni mu ñaaton kodi ikatu ñu political tensions oh you have this personal issues or personal disagreement with people aka ila leadership distract so ite mu message la so de
well one thing I know I never have any, well, even my Facebook when I post if I don't like your comment I just delete it. If I don't if you insult me, I block you. But you never go to my comment section where you see me fighting with people. No, I don't do that. I just post. Whether the post is controversial or non-controversial, that's not their business. But if I, that's why I call myself. My Facebook is one way. If I just post, I just post it. But nobody will go to Facebook and say I commented on Honorable Sanya's post and he commented back. No, I don't do that. I don't comment on my comments.
But if I can't delete the
yeah, I don't delete. If your comment is insulting. Is an insulting comment. I do. Yes, I do delete it. And if it is a very bad insult, I block you finally.
So you can post ke Facebook, ning information on your post whether it is controversial or not.
Yeah. No, because
so as a leader who is leading or who is working at the parliament, so nga miran nyanta ka ayanta le puriya worry or ye mira da so do pusi fala comme nye post ke whether this post is controversial or not.
No, I think as a leader, what you should control is is not to post something that will bring chaos in the society, that will have some tribal comments or tribal elements. Do you understand? But controversial is subjective. You may accept it as controversial. Somebody may not accept as controversial. So that's the. But a leader, anything you are going to filter out to the public should be in the best interest of the public. That one, and I'm very, very mindful of that. But it's, as a politician, also, not everybody will agree with you. Your post will favor certain people, and certain people it will favor them. So that's why you cannot control that. You cannot control.
Politics is disagree.
Yeah, and agree. Yeah, agree. So you cannot control that.
Okay, so ubu mo sambala ya mention jene ko kabira ta jenjambure. Al ini Mohammed Sabally la fata issue shata. So what more tamala to the statement I mean make to his Facebook post page ako kabiring onset kabira la jenjambure ta ko to nga ta ya feel like ko talib ba plan kana pour que mul mi an ko juti atal pour que somebody to a position in UDP to high positions e ba del pour na la faka position no nyinta o ba tara mol bidje already to the high position ba fasa say dem no fo
he's lying. He's lying as usual. He's a very untruthful person. Very, very untruth. Don't understand. Because for me, I left the campaign manager. There was controversy. They are more carry. Some call be carry. They will for Karafa. They will for more Sabally. Sometimes you move la quality gibe. Nga atala quality gibe. Nga Karafa quality gibe. Nga Karafa consistency gibe. Nga atala consistency gibe. I weigh a lot of things on the nga Karafa humility gibe. Nga atala arrogant behavior. Campaign manager. You should be a person of good character. A person of impeccable character, a person who is not arrogant. So I put all of this person who is humble. So for first, Karafa humble, Modu Sabally arrogant, not disqualify. Do you understand? Second, Karafa consistent, Modu Sabally inconsistent, not disqualify. Do you understand? First, and another thing, Karafa open, Modu Sabally not open, not disqualify. So I'm going to box nga Modu Sabally nga extrovert. Nko say what I will do, let me go for him. Nga ko mo Sabally. Ibi menkela. Nimbola Karafay. Ite ka Karafa assistant polika. Fa me be men do malong. Ngal no buru somanda be men do ngalo na takala. Nisa ka Karafa assistant ndel na degree ndel. Kay ko what do you mean? Di fa la degree ga politique sam. So nkara nko mba fangelo ga honorable contending. I think honorable sister if my memory could happen wala dundan tem. So you can see the arrogant. Just to be somebody's deputy for that should not happen. That means that nga qualified men is true. Nga the excellent. Nga the excellent.
Come back to what? I feel like he is arrogant.
He's arrogant. Yes. For one political party to the other. That's inconsistency. That's inconsistency.
Okay.
Yes, one political party to that's inconsistency.
Arrogancy.
Very arrogant. You didn't see the way he speaks, the way he writes. He calls himself Gambian pen when the pen doesn't have any ink.
Okay, so that is your pen. Basic go.
Yes. If you are a pen, you have to add ink. Pen must write. But if you don't write, how are you? How are you a pen?
That is what Hans our better opinion or the right?
Yes. That's the opinion of many Gambians.
Okay.
He calls himself pen, but he has no ink. That's the opinion from many Gambians, not only me.
Okay.
And if I tell you that I even hear that opinion from somebody, you not believe it. It's not even my original opinion.
So do you not the campaign manager?
I don't know the campaign manager because more not a for money. Yeah, try. But I get a UD before a campaign manager 2 years for Fatima Fenjakeno. My rally organized no. But I tell you most if I didn't come here, I tell you more the campaign manager. It didn't rally organized. You see around Fenjamo. But because of arrogant behavior coming for it. Practically rally from organized tableau so I take a no more than that draw. I now have for Sabally all the other. That's why the UDP failed 2 years. UDP was not progressing at all politically because they have a campaign manager. Me alongo he's not innovative, he's not initiative about meeting organized, no, nothing absolutely. Now working somewhere ni muru lalata.
Ni woman mo sambala to durang of ngata. Durang ba ngata. Okay.
Yeah, Dura. You know, some people they do for maintain Dura. So you can go to you can go to Dura. Yes. Yes.
Okay, say okay. Mali I realized that from tali video tele. So atul ba expect kan nun ne dumala ba kala nun flag biyaret yanum before ya ko honorable Usain ba kala flag biyaret you guys were still together, right? But kabiri ya foko come say okay he is going to be the flag bearer and ali Talibia feel like okay it's high time Molian consum party form but before Mona na run je albert man expect kan nun ka ba kala the flag bearer
Yeah, more understand about UDP policy, our policy. For our laws. There was no flag bearer. Immediately, Hussein Dabo was defeated in 2020 presidential election. I think people should understand this. UDP no flag bearer, so Hussein defeat in 2020 presidential election. There was no flag bearer. There was only a party leader. Do you understand? So people cannot. These two titles cannot be. They are not interchangeable. Do you understand? Party leader is parallel to a flag bearer. So Bila Usaini in the 2021 presidential election, there was no party, there was no flag bearer in the party. Every member in the party was a potential flag bearer. Anybody could apply to be a flag bearer. Exactly. Mama Shefan gave intersection of flag bearer to the party. So by way of that, that is why if I see people in UDP making it a taboo to say I want to be a flag bearer, that becomes a problem. It's so annoying.
So meaning it is open.
It's open for everybody to apply to exactly. So why will somebody say I want to be a flag bearer? That is a problem. Okay. You understand? No, UDP has exposed. They have exposed themselves to Gambians to an extent that it's going to be very hard for them to win elections in this country. UDP? Yeah, exactly.
How do they expose
because themselves? As simple as to say I want to be a flag bearer is a problem for the party. As simple as to endorse somebody to be a flag bearer is a problem. Imagine.
Endorse or flag bearer that's a problem.
No, in those days, no more talent flag bearer is a problem. Honorable Yamenton flag bearer is a problem.
But as some if I feel like okay, you might be the flag bearer.
Of course, I was a potential flag bearer in the party. Of course.
Okay.
Mol Bamani from Mawal Dunta party kono. Ye party support. They wanted their children to be something in the party and for the country.
Good. Then they will now take us to the realist ideology.
Exactly.
Human beings are selfish in nature.
Okay.
Whatever you do, you better feel like a fence of a jail in return, right?
Of course.
Okay.
Do you understand? So that is the fact. Anybody in the party, a baby is all we are all potential flag, especially young people like anybody. Do you understand? So that is why I said that is why more parents will be in the party support. Do you understand? And UDP Manlo Kafoko come work with president by force. UDP not in the Kanko, near the Alpha party in 1990s. Or put the Gambia Bondi. UDP Manlo Koka Foko Natoko president by force. Nga lamin ke president by force nga binda ke president by force the party is established pour nga Gambia be bata men kono ay bo bata kono not to make one individual a president. Exactly, that's the reason.
Say anya ko no wala na party new form that okay UDP party new form that pour que Gambia no bandi bata ko. So are you saying that come say anyone in the political party me and ko I feel like the person is competent enough,
that is correct,
the person is capable enough now mari lota you guys are fine with it?
Of course.
You guys are fine.
Of course.
Honorable Usain Dabo flag bearer.
No, you are taking back to what I said. I said I have no policy differential, no policy agreement issues with UDP. The only problem I have with the party is the choice of their flag bearer, which I'm speaking, which I, in my opinion, after contesting 5 elections, do you understand, is enough. But now we have to go for a new phase to lead the party. That's my only difference.
Okay, but it's okay.
Yes.
It's okay. Mata individual member from UDP member stand. Mata the walum ko. You party nyim bijele. Puruka.
It's not about.
Ako party nyim bijele. Party nyim from a stand tele. Puruka kuo boy.
Puruka Gambia bond. Yes, let's understand it well. Now, party lotare. Puruka Gambia bond. Party malo puruka moke president by force. So say, nimmo kilona yini signal you o ma soto. Do understand? A party of more than 200,000 supporters with more than 50,000 potential head of states. Man, the model na nola ko faja because sinya no yo ni mo man gaje sa obandi je sa. Let somebody come.
Basically, okay, among mata individual women binala to stand as a flag bearer, but again, that person has a term limit.
Exactly. We should go for term limit.
Okay.
After you contest 2 elections, you must win somebody come. Not one person contesting 5 elections.
Okay.
It doesn't give me sense.
Okay, so Walamko, literally, Walamko, that is the major reason.
That's correct. I think I remember even before the no political the 2021 presidential election, bring a card of a UDP. Namoto di mole tara carte foul. Na time triple di mole tara carte foul. Usa mo bring useni dabo mawil na wife nga. Ngona wife islam useni wakai. Then some party with all due respect. Sa ate bo party UDP flag bearer. This was one of I was even thinking of National Assembly.
Okay.
The first comment nga made after the results were declared in favor of Adam Barrow. Well, ngona wife ko useni sila wakai. I think it's enough.
Have you communicated that for you or for Allah Jelaba?
I communicated that Usain. I told Usain. Of course, I had a conversation with him. I told Patila, I don't want to go in the private conversation, but one thing I can tell you, I told him that if you contest 20, I don't go into private conversation, but one thing I know, I told party leader right in his office call near the 2026 inter support. And that's okay with you. It's a very democratic person.
Okay.
Yeah, no opinion that Namalo. But one thing I know is then I found the phone near the 2026 I will not support it. I told him right in his office, yes. Do you understand? But he's a very democratic person. He acts he can only accept it. I might feel bad, I might feel over. That is horrible science opinion,
okay.
And I'm very entitled to my opinion. I might feel otherwise. He's a very democratic person, but I can tell you that now, final office guy, will not. I support his candidature for 2026.
Okay, so honorable Senior okay. The reason why Ale UDP bula, Ale Alfonso political party new form, it is because of the flag bearer. I feel like okay, there should be a term limit to the individual seeking for the
there should be a term limit in the constitution of the Gambia to entitle the president only to and there should equally be a term limit for all the political parties in the country. The reason why we form United Movement for Change is to salvage this country, is to initiate a revolution, is to initiate a movement that will salvage this country. Because one thing I know that's going to happen in 2026. Barrow is going to lose 2026 presidential election, but UDP as party is going to be very irrelevant in the process. Do you understand? So take this towards the bank. Barrow will lose the 2026, but my party UDP is also going to be very irrelevant in the process. Do you understand? Because Gambians, where everybody was thinking, Gambians we are thinking for UDP be falling through Kelele, is a candidate to the Gambian or the file May. Do you understand? But since UDP more okay, they maintain a party leader. I can tell you they'll be very irrelevant in 2026 presidential election.
In which case, okay,
Relevant will lose elections.
Oh, they are going to lose elections.
To put it bare minimum.
Interesting. Okay, so now, say now say Barrow will lose lale, UDP will lose lale. Say now I win.
We are going to win. United Movement for Change. Because Gambians want change. He said, you lost this huge opportunity. Let me tell you one thing. Talib is loved by Gambians, irrespective of party, irrespective of tribe. Everybody loves Talib. And what I also realized about my former party, they are very weak in managing success and opportunities. And let me tell you, even as human being, if you don't manage your success and opportunities, you cannot be able to buy cars, you cannot be able to pay your children's school fees, you cannot be able to build a house, you cannot be able to take your mom and dad to Mecca because you are a failure. Do you understand? So UDP cannot manage success and opportunities when it comes before them. Barrow was our success. I asked myself this question, I asked Alagdabo this question several times. As our success. Because sometimes managing a success is difficult. But you the one that is giving that success to be able to manage. So I want to believe for, do you understand? UDP as a political organization did not manage Barrow well. And subsequently, imagine Sidinja and others are now the face of the parliament, second arm of government. That's because UDP could not manage our success, which was Barrow. Now, we see an opportunity.
Okay.
Success is now gone now. Okay. We have now seen a clear opportunity at plain sight. That opportunity he presented himself as Tali Ome Bensouda, a product of our party. Nobody knows Tali prior to 2018 mayoral election. Our young companies, our women, our everybody work for Tali, but now Tali become a global brand.
Okay.
An opportunity, exactly. Exactly. You understand? An opportunity. Now they don't also want to grab opportunity. So I've asked myself before I leave UDP, I will ask myself, success opportunities, a political party that cannot manage success and opportunities, then I don't think it is very well to be in that. And all those things were things that inform my exit. Okay, I want to see a party that can manage success and opportunities for growth. A party where young individuals, where young politicians or seasoned politicians will be able to grow their political career. But 30 years, how many young UDP leaders had their leadership potentials been for 30 years? Because we could not be in government. I'm talking about Barrow was a success, right? It was our success. Nobody will deny that. Was your success? Was our class success. UDP manage no. We can yes, we can manage it. Hani, when it comes to decision making as the president, UDP well. One thing I know, people's approach to management differs. Okay. Do you understand? What I can lay bare minimum at the moment is we did not manage Barrow well. How? Reasons. How? I don't want to go into reasons of betrayals, consequences of betrayals, whether there was in fact betrayals, I don't know. But one thing I know, my success, I'll be able to manage my success. That is why I grow. That's why I feel. That's why I feel nice. That's why. Can you tell us now, even like just the main, come say the back in the me at in the ko UDP man Barrow management. I barely even need to go read, but it's clear. Today Barrow is leading NPP, while UDP is a separate political organization. They are not they are not together. Okay. So the question is, why are they not together? Okay. I'm answering that question like he was our success. We did not manage him well, no matter how difficult it was. Do you understand? No matter how difficult it was at the time, if UDP wanted to manage Barrow, leave others with their ambitions and leave Barrow, we are not going to be in this. By now, today, this year, UDP is thinking of who is going to succeed Barrow. Yes, by now we are preparing somebody, whether it is going to be Usainidab, whether it is going to be Talib Bensouda, whether it is going to be Ibrahim Adibaya, for anybody. By now, UDP is thinking of who is going to replace Barrow. But it's very unfortunate that we could not manage and this thing happened. So if I'm to compliment your moment, I understand now. After Kamur back to the time that UDP pushed Barrow as their flag bearer, kabring Jamebeye Pruka Bonde. Fweba foka nuwa time will UDP nyanta ka Barrow use. No. Barrow Ganyata. That's after he won presidential election. Yes, not prior to that. No, I'm not talking about prior to that. I said after that election when he won. Yes. What time will UDP nyanta ka? It's our success. Okay. Barrow is from UDP. It's our success. So it's our success. The president recently made a statement or a remark during I call him for ala tumalamina the mole sante yala meet the people's too. Tata dame toka mole meet kata adula toka diamu banku dungoli. So I statement no le made or remark in Sukuta and around Bundun. Ako I remark ko na biji ako political oppositional party imanka political tribe because mama Hamad Balova. So ako aba Hamad Bala kalimole jabi kan ko opposition party man get threat to atala party, but atala party then threat to the opposition. So what could be your opinion? Well, one thing I know, Ahmad Ba said Talib's movement is a threat to NPP. And he's right. He is very, very right. That is why I said Barrow is losing next presidential election under UDP is also going to be very, very relevant. So this statement is collaborated, by what Hamad Ba said. Do you understand? But of course, no politician will come open and tell your supporters, "I'm going to lose." No politician does that.
Yeah.
And who does that? Nobody. Do you understand? So he can only encourage and motivate his supporters that we're going to win. But Baro Yalonko, all the you see right now when United Movement didn't do nada. Now we have relegated all political parties in this country on defensive. We are constantly on offensive whilst they are on defensive. Do you understand? Number one. Number two, they are also political parties, especially UDP and NPP, they are now fighting for survival instead of victory. The only political party in this country that is fighting for victory is United Movement for Change. I can tell you all the big names in this country now, they are not fighting for survival. How to survive the next presidential election. But victory, we are comfortably the only movement or the only political organization that is fighting for victory.
Okay.
Yeah.
For United Movement for Change.
Mhm.
After the running political
No,
party.
be careful. You see, when you say United Democratic Party, and now you see, don't miss United Movement to United Democrat because before they will say I'm doing interview on their behalf, or I'm trying to mix the minds of them. We are not united. We are united.
Okay.
So if you use the word united, my former party, they can come after you.
The United Movement.
Yes.
The United Movement Party.
Yes.
For change.
United Movement for Change.
So
Mhm.
yeah, for all actually the Malian political party.
Yes.
Member
Marching to victory.
Victory.
Mhm.
Sign.
Mhm.
Actually, what are the preparations Albert Minkekon towards the 2026 presidential election?
Yes, the
Because
preparation.
you need a political party size and established.
Mhm.
So it for party million go establish the cabinet will be struggle kind to survive in the political arena. But you guys are going towards the victory.
Yes.
So could you tell us the preparation the
preparations.
party is doing towards the 2026?
So let me tell you one thing. Election, the way elections are won in this country, historically, a party contests just once and win elections. Do you understand? Yes, PPP once, they won. NPP, APRC won once, yeah, Jame won. Coalition government come once they won. NPP come once they. So all the other political parties that are existed for several years, they are winning elections. Do you understand? Here in this country, a political party wins election at first sight, at first attempt. Do you understand? So don't be so mindful about their historical existence for years. That doesn't matter. When revolution is coming, revolution is a thought in mind. So I can tell you, do you understand? We are very comfortable. Do you understand? Very soon our structures will be formalized everywhere. Even though there are people doing voluntary, politics for us everywhere. People are so excited about the movement. People are doing solicited and unsolicited approaches, trying to defend the movement, that try to propagate the ideals, the principles of the movement. But we will formalize it structurally. We do the structural formalization very, very, very soon, and that will give legitimacy to everybody working to promote the agenda of the movement. So, if you ask me our preparation, we are equally prepared like any other political organization that's in this country. In fact, way more prepared than them. Trust me.
Ni ata jibe banko kan jame kada Gambia banko o banko jama bigi funding ke la katara at the forefront or they carry the majority in the population.
That is correct.
So that is UMC. What is the party doing to mobilizing or empowering youths?
Thank you very much. That's a very good question. And you see, UMC, Talib always said they used to do politics on us, but now we want to do politics by ourselves.
We used to do politics
On us. Before,
we used to do the
political parties and politicians in this country in those days, they used to do politics on us, but now we want to do politics now. That's number one. That's number one.
On us.
What
Now we want to do politics on them.
Do you understand? Now what a political control can do you understand? What politicians can for? Let's mobilize youth to register and vote for us. But now UMC is now said, youths of this country, mobilize yourselves, register by yourselves and vote for yourselves.
Okay, democracy.
Yes, do you understand? It's not going to be like, it's not going to be a normal politics where politicians will say, hey, let's go to the youth, they register and come and vote for us.
The youth should willingly go to
and vote for themselves.
And vote for themselves.
Yes, exactly. It's so that they can take leadership positions now. Because when you vote for yourself, you now giving yourself to be in the leadership position. But when you vote for somebody, you are allowing that person to be in the leadership position. So we are telling youths of this country, come register by yourselves and vote for yourselves to be in leadership position instead of voting for somebody to be in leadership position. If you are a young politician, if you are a young or a seasoned politician, but you have political ambition, and your political ambition is deemed under a one leader in any of these political organizations for several years, you cannot grow. Come and join UMC, you will grow. If you want to be a councillor, come and join UMC. You will choose competence over incompetence. If you want to be National Assembly member, come and join UMC. We will choose competence over incompetence. If you even want to be a potential flag bearer of this country, come and join UMC, because our flag bearer, if you have a flag bearer, you don't win 2 consecutive elections, somebody is coming, not you again. So UMC is a chance for every citizen or young politician to come and achieve your political ambition.
So basically, the party of the youth, by the youth, and for the youth.
For the youth. that is correct.
That is so interesting.
That is correct. Yes, because we are 65 to 70% of the population.
Okay.
So, we should start holding leadership position in this country. Okay. Yeah, I agree with you.
So, okay. You are so optimistic, Rinoko. They are going to win. They are going to like they are going to win. For change. They are going to win.
We will effect change, inshallah. No doubt about that.
Now, can you tell us what motivates you? What makes you have this firm belief that Unite Movement for Change?
That is correct.
Is gonna win this upcoming election?
Yeah, election. Jeans will not come and vote election. It's only Gambians that will vote election, and we have we realize that Gambians want change. And that change, Talib Ahmed Bensouda seems the lucky guy. Do you understand? He's not better than any one of us. He's not educated than any one of us. He's not richer than any one of us. But what happened is, this is a project. And I always tell young people or a seasoned politician, this is a project. Everybody, each one of us has contributed to writing this project. During this project writing, some brought laptops, some laptop chargers. Some plug the laptop to charge to the socket. Do you understand? Some prepare the PowerPoint. Some prepare each contributed something to the project. So now it is time for project presentation. We cannot all spoken at once. Somebody must do the project presentation to the donors. So donors are now there. Donors, who are the donors? The countrymen. The citizens of this country are the donors. Now it's time to present this project to the donor. So we feel like Talib can speak better. Okay. Understand? Let's give Talib to present this project on our behalf. But all of us contributed to this project. That's why I always tell people in UMC, no one is better than all of us. It is a teamwork and team spirit, and we are going to do and deliver it together. Do you understand? In UMC, no one is better than all of us. It is a teamwork, and we are going to do and deliver it together. Project presentation, we all agree that let Talib do the project presentation for us so that we can attract funding from the donors. You are going to move. We are moving. We are today. Do you know how many political movements I did since in the morning? Okay. That's why I delayed it for 3 hours. Okay. Not deliberately, but by way of coincidence. Since yesterday we are in Jara Soma, we did a very successful convention, a convention that attracts mobilizers and the coordinators for LRR. These are the mobilizers and coordinators that will go to their individual settlements, do party registration, advocate the ideals of the party. We are there in thousands. Yesterday, I came back this morning, went to the football field. From there, I invite some youths here. This is my boardroom. I invite youths. Yeah, we had meeting. They were the heads of hunting societies in my constituency. So from there, I went to meet this women group to formalize their registration.
Basically,
yes,
youth Solomatala meant again.
Every citizen of this country is our target. That's why I mentioned earlier, both young and seasoned politicians.
Okay, then.
Every potential voter, voter is a target for UMC, and every potential voter can join UMC.
Historically,
yes,
traditionally, political party could all mean the Gambia will election will be.
That is correct.
Right?
Part of it.
Saying if that is the case, saying people optimistic, oh, we are going to. So what will happen? Not movement for change movement. Saying now let us assume.
May God forbid we even we don't win elections.
Okay.
Because competition is either lose or win.
Yeah.
But UMC, we are projected to win elections in this country. But even we don't win elections in this country, it's a movement. We will still progress.
Continue.
We are going to contest National Assembly elections in all the constituencies in this country. We are going to equally contest all the councillorship election in all the 120 wards in this country, and we are going to contest chairman, mayoral election in all the 8 regions in this country.
Interesting time
ahead. Yes.
Okay, so if that is the case, for example, may God forbid, as you said, may la party win. It am a party don't win.
We are going to win.
No,
I don't even want to win.
No. We want to know. We are predicting. What
we are going to win.
What is your assumption on that?
We are the only party
for change more win. Say them the political party.
We are going to win. Right now, I
assume Lokonimo win. They are still going to go with other plans, right?
Okay, now then I don't have that assumption. If we don't win, I don't even know which party will win. Let me answer your question.
You have no opinion on that.
No, I have no opinion on that. I'm not opinionated on that. But one thing I know is going to. But if you don't win, I don't even know who's going to win.
Okay, so saying kata kuma fon the mi at natoli alla pati fon min fon kuma ya mi alongo is for the interest of the people because na gibe banko kan mon political party form for the interest of the people, right? To serve your people and be there for them, right? Say what are your major policies that actually are miracle aliya wala londi and nunal si alba albo policy ni implement lale, and how are you guys gonna implement that?
Well, UMC, we are politicians and we have been in this country. We have listened to the voice of market women, we have listened to the voice of teachers, we have listened to the voice of soldiers, we have listened to the voice of policemen. We have listened to we have listened to the voice of school-going children. We have listened to the voice of farmers. Basically, we have listened to the voice of every concerned every sector and every concerned citizen of this country. So to get from those voices, what we hear from all these voices is we have bad educational system. We need good roads. We need good hospital, cheap electricity, affordable services, good economy, businesses booming. These are the voices we hear from all these people. So this inform our decision. This inform our.
Of all the policies that you've mentioned, education comes first, right? Because with quality education, you'll be able to conquer all these things that you've mentioned. Say, atul muno la target on the education, and alia made of Gambia jamola education system muno ba mankering, and then atul left ka muna mimba mankira ala fa ka muna implement ya ala fa ka muna.
Well, Gambia education system. I was a teacher too. Okay. I'm a qualified teacher, HTC, and I taught for several years. I taught in the provinces and I also taught in the urban areas before I was awarded government scholarship to study abroad. Okay. First, we will attack our curriculum. We need a total total revision of our curriculum. A curriculum that will fit the mentality of Gambians and the mentality of our young children. Like, for instance, when we are going to school, name, write a flower and name its parts.
Okay.
So nonsensical.
The flower and its
Parts.
parts.
Write a butterfly, name its part. What nonsense?
Okay.
Why do you spend the whole night cramming a butterfly?
Especially on the basic exam.
So what nonsense? What nonsense question is that?
Okay.
What might be part of a butterfly? How scientific is that? How does that broaden your horizon? How does that give you knowledge? Do you understand? So we will get all those unnecessary topics in our curriculums. Do you understand? That's number one. Number two is about entry to the Gambia College. In those days, you must have 5 credits our time, including mathematics and science. In those days, because HTC, I remember the highest number they will take will be less than 50, 40, 50. Very competitive in those days. But now, I've seen people 1, 2 credits going to Gambia College doing HTC. So imagine they go to Gambia College. Yes, 2 credits, 3 credits, they do HTC. I've seen it. Do you understand?
Okay.
Do you understand? And so subsequently that is affecting the education. You expect those teachers to go and teach students. And last time the minister was telling us before the floor of the parliament, when they give PTC exams, they don't even pass it. Some teachers cannot pass PTC. And when I look at the question of those PTC, because I was so curious, so inquisitive to see what kind of questions they said. Very cheap questions. Level 1, level 2 questions. A PTC trained teacher cannot be able to answer those questions. So we will look at entry into the Gambia College. We will not privatize Gambia College. When we privatize Gambia College, it becomes profit oriented.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So UMC will have to look at all of that to attract projects. Like in those days, our HTC projects were funded by the World Bank. We are giving good stipend. Take a small number of teachers, train them to be quality teachers, then privatize college, where now it becomes a business entity. So anybody can enter college now. Even those with 0 career can enter college. UMC will regulate education from that perspective.
Okay. So you're talking about the stupid questions.
Very stupid questions. Flower,
Before we talk about the stupid questions, I think there are ways to do different from those stupid questions. Because if you look at the system of the school curriculum system, from nursery 1, nursery 2, moving to primary schools, junior school, to secondary school, how many years are you spending? You are not specializing. You're doing different.
Another thing will be.
And also, if you look at it, the Ministry of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology, that is more has now trying to transform. It started the project has even started because they are trying to transform the colleges into university. Because even you look at the Gambia,
all are very bad. That was
because it's changed from Gambia College School of Education to University of Education.
And I told the
so
minister,
what are you doing as MPs in order to trying to stop that? Because even you look at abroad, or you look at the Western countries, they have colleges. That's normal. And then there is a university that has a school of education. Why don't they maintain that and maintain the Gambia College as Gambia College? So what's your opinion?
That's for me, upgrading the college is not a problem, but the facilities needed for the proper functioning of the college. And before we go there, another problem is these promotional exams. You see, in those days, if you don't pass, you stay. Do you understand? But now, whether you pass or not,
you're going.
You are mass promotion. That's also affecting our UMC will introduce. If you don't pass your exam, you stay for that grade. You don't just go. In fact, what happened is those who even did not pass exams, you promote them with people who pass exam. It's like you are encouraging incompetence because they will influence peer influence, peer pressure. Those ones who are not better, they will go and spoil people who are better. That's number two. Another thing will be.
Yeah, on that. So you know, okay, the reason we may have a mass promotion of in the school system is because government man ko do so in the government school is because government man ko do so pro ya just student no ya repeat I try repeat ka wa tra dol fana bi nak
No, UMC will have money. We'll have money for that.
how are you going to generate the fund?
You talk about.
Are the funds coming from?
You talk
When the
about.
recent government cannot generate it, how are you guys going to generate
Exactly.
it?
You know, you are talking about how what approach UMC will take to change education in this country, and that's what I'm explaining. Do you understand? UMC will attract projects, donor-funded projects. UMC is going to mobilize funds locally to make sure that what you are saying as a constant or problem will not happen under UMC government.
How are you going
We are going to make sure we build
locally?
enough schools, enough classrooms, we
How,
train
where
quality
are you
teachers.
going to get the funds?
That's what I'm talking about. We're going to attack projects. World Bank is there, IDB is there, ISDB is there, ADB is there.
How?
Good project proposal, good educational project proposal will be able to attack
And
the
you
funding.
think they will respond?
They will. They will. That's
How
why
so are you that they are going to
they
respond?
will respond. You just do your best. You just defend your project well. When you write to the donors, you defend your project
So
well.
what happens if they don't respond to it? What
We are
happens
going
to the
if we don't have favorable response from the donors, we are going to raise it locally.
How?
And we'll be initiative. We have many ways for government can be very initiative in funding their
And you
own
think
local
you'll be
projects.
successful in
We'll
it?
be very successful.
Then we are going to write this down for history. Okay?
Yeah, thank you. We are going suddenly going to
yes,
win.
they win.
Yes.
And they implement fine.
Yes.
We will
And they
remind her
don't.
of this.
And the other thing also is students, we have to be very frank. Career counseling is very weak in our schools. UMC will provide quality career counselors for every school. Look at students. What can he or she do better? But now, you see some of the students from grade 9 go to grade 12. You know, obviously, this particular student will not be able to perform well in grade 12. But you still waste their time up to grade 12. After grade 9, the person can be able to write figures. He can be a good carpenter. He can be a good weatherman. He can be a good fisherman. Because now he already understands numbers. But you allow that person to go to grade 12. It's like instead of learning a craft or trade for 3 years, you let him go and rest in high school for 3 years. And when the person reached that high school level, he now became shy person to go and learn trade or craft. But when he leave grade 9, immediately he go into carpentry, welderman, fisherman, whatever. He'll be very effective. But now so when you have exactly when you have career counselors in schools, then you'll be able to tell them, hey, you know, the menkala, it is to nifta great to fit a kumalaye. Saya military it a carpenter it have make on the you understand? So UMC will reinforce a serious career counseling in our schools. Trust me.
Okay. For UMC, they fansu candidate lon la wala mo so to yeme inten ka lon di candidate wala fo parti nyum fanan ibe ye bundal yele pour other party the coalition of form.
You will have a coalition. You will build coalition with other political parties. But the UMC will open its doors for flag bearership election. Everybody in UMC you can apply to be a flag bearer. Even though until choice is going to be Talib Ahmed Bensouda, but that does not mean that my choice should be your choice. There will be selection for a flag bearer. Do you understand? Anybody, any politician in UMC, you can write to be a party flag bearer. Even though me, in the full disclosure of facts, Talib Ahmed Bensouda is my choosing flag bearer. But anybody can apply to be the flag bearer. Nobody is the flag bearer for now. Talib is not our flag bearer.
Oh, he's not the flag bearer.
He's not a flag bearer for now. Yeah, he's the head of the movement. He's the head of the movement. But time will come, we are going to choose a flag bearer. As I said, he's my choosing flag bearer. But maybe Kemon Boja may have different. Maybe Karafasonga may have different. Maybe MC may have different. Maybe Ibrahim Adiba may have different.
Or maybe you all have the same.
Maybe it's possible too. It's possible to be, you know, they also prefer Talib.
Okay, yeah, kumakan jamala ko UMC be menkela. UMC be menkela natara ibe menkela ale ko me inten ke. Wala le men so danga ni ko na ka Gambian wol. Say natara nu Gambian wol ye carte fire to le 2026 presidential election. Atol bo mu kunyenta sabala kela. 3 top reforms alwe menkel in order to develop Gambia Sambanyat.
First, institutional reforms. That is very, very, very institutional reform. how because development UMC main follow. If you look at our UMC, the three key words: united for integrity, transformation, and equality. Do you understand? So to answer your question, integrity, we want to foreign waso. Do you understand? Mbefla ngo inculcate Gambeno Bacon. When Madam Diouf is in the classroom, she will teach to the best of her ability. She will not keep contact hours with the student. She will close her register well. Do you understand? She will mark very well. She will not give a student a mark she don't deserve. So that integrity, we're going to reinforce that. We are going to advocate integrity.
Maybe you can help introduce the biometric register.
Yeah, exactly, in schools. Do you understand?
Instead of closing the register.
So now, integrity is in the sense that every citizen, wherever you are, either you are watched or not watched by your seniors or your superiors, you are going to do what you're supposed to do. If you are a soldier, you are going to man your guard post with honesty, with integrity, without fear or favor. What is your profession?
I am a journalist.
Journalist. If you are a journalist, you are going to do your profession to the best of your ability. You are not going to twist facts. You are going to be God fearing. You are only going to expose what the country wants, what the people want. No politician will pay you and tell you no, don't release this particular news. So integrity is like we are going to reinforce integrity in every sector. Citizens will develop integrity. Do you understand? Because it is everything. When we have integrity, everybody is going to do your work perfectly wherever you are. As I say, either you are worked by your superior or by your senior, so that you are going to earn your money well. Transformation. We are going to transform. Institutional based transform. Do you understand? The NAWEC will be transformed. Gambia Post Authority will be transformed. GNPC will be transformed. Even governance, we are going to make sure that governance itself is transformed. We are going to decrease the cost of governance. We are going to make sure that no minister will be allocated 2 or 3 cars. For what? Fuel cost, maintenance cost, allowances, everything. Do you understand? So we are going to seriously look at as president will not have this unnecessary presidential advisor. Very nonsensical presidential advisor. What are they doing there? You see, for me, presidential advisor, I always say, if I am going to appoint anybody as my presidential, nonsensical. I mean, it doesn't make sense. No. That's normal. Do you understand? So a president should only appoint people who are going to add value to your thinking, who are going to add value to the office of the president, the daily management and administration of the office of the president. But you cannot just appoint anybody to be a presidential advisor. Count them. What contribution is Busano doing to the office of the president? What contribution is Mohamed Sawa doing to the office of the president? What contribution is Henry Gomez doing to the office of their presidential advisor is more than their National Assembly members. Do you understand? Yes, President Baba, I think his presidential advisors are more than his National Assembly members. So now, we are going to look into all of that. We are going to look at all the sectors. How do we decrease the cost, the operational cost of all those institutions? And we save that money to save our children in school, to save our hospital, to buy equipment. So it's just some kind of wisdom. And in UMC, it does not mean that you are a politician in UMC, you will be rewarded. No, we are not going to operate like that. Just because you campaign for Talib and Bensouda to be a president, you expect to be rewarded. No, everybody is doing this for the country. So we are going to leave that politic of reward. Nyama politic party do ba for karimeta ngele alanga jo mbejo amina. Whatever you do for the country, you do for the country, for country and God. So for me, I say no reason why people say alanga politic party, alanga politician cargo about that banko. No, it doesn't operate like that. God will pay you. You cannot just pay. You don't understand? So we're going to look at all of those things. We are not going to reward anybody just because you campaign for. No, we cannot operate like that. That means that we are going to be like Barrow. We are going to, scrap this presidential advisors. 5, 6, 7. What for? Even if you have a presidential advisor for economy, president advisor for education, president advisor for agriculture, president advisor for health. Finish. What youth presidential advisor when you only have a ministry of youth and sports? It's true. It's so stupid. You understand? What is the function of minister of youth and sports? He should be the one advising the president on matters relating to youth. He has his permanent secretary. So why do you have youth advisors? You have very soon President Barrow will even probably I don't know how do I call it appoint women advisor, men advisor. Yes, exactly. Because if you look at the politician and now the election is approaching, he'll be satisfied with his politician. He may appoint one. Come, you are my women advisor. Come, you are my men advisor. Come, you are my children advisor. Huh? Come, you are my disability advisor. It's nonsense. It doesn't give me sense. So exactly. Sabanjao is equality. Equality, men, women, equality. You see, this house is equality. My wife is a top gender activist rather. So everything in this house is equality. Do you understand? So from there also tribalism. The biggest problem in this country is tribalism prepared and manufactured by politicians. So we're going to say disability. We are also going to look into that. Society is for everybody. The disabled, they have right to live everywhere. Our bus stops, our government offices. There are some government offices that disabled cannot be able to go and do that transactions. Do you understand? There are some schools, exactly. Look, go to Gofi here. That the school for the blind. They need certain things in the school. They cannot get it. So there's no equality in the country. So UMC, these are the three keywords, an umbrella term that we are going to use to develop this country. Integrity, citizens change their attitudes wherever you are, whatever you are doing, do it to the best of your ability. You come to transformation, we change institutions, employ quality passes, no political reward, then we will now come to equality where every citizen, what you can do is what he can do, is what she can do. Do you understand? We open everything, every opportunity is open for everybody.
Okay. Transformation for
that's correct.
Public sector important in Bali.
That's correct.
So atol the political party mu base the sort of me along ko in order to transform Nawek.
First, Nawek the biggest problem is you have to unbundle Nawek. Unbundle water supply and electricity supply. Let there be a separate company to run water, to have its capable staff running water, managing water, and you have your separate staff or separate institution managing electricity. But in as much as we continue to have water and electricity bundled on the Nawek, there is going to be constant problem with Nawek. I can tell you that for sure. So when the UMC come out, first priority will be make a proper feasibility studies on how to unbundle Nawek. You may have a national water authority, do you understand, and have a national electricity, whatever. Yes, we're going to have that, just to make sure that water supply is efficient, while electricity supply is also efficient. We have very good ideas for this country. Yeah.
Okay, Honorable, that is a very good policy, and we hope that they are going to be implemented.
We also hope all of you to advocate for the movement, for the movement.
Okay.
All of you, all the journalists, all the teachers, especially teachers in the classrooms.
Okay. So I'm going to say more okay, because money historically mol binara la politician mol binara okay but at the end of the day bukake but niyake ibinala to make it look to the people as if it is a privilege on them. You like you do something for the country. You know, yata ni mo la come privilege.
UMC will not bluff.
It is a privilege that I have to do that when it is actually their right. Because niyajibe bangko ka do kunin ko do mina. Ako do nin ka ba mundole?
That's what I'm talking about. UMC.
It is my money.
That shoots on the transformation.
pour ntaman silos da ninga ta school na silo tinyada mbanyin dike nga ya mutende pour yen no silo da ninga ta school ya understand sai da yo silo da ya sta ko fa ntala yelo silo da fo yo silo da fa ya mun lo ko ntala
UMC, this is why I say UMC is here to change the political trajectory of this country.
Okay.
Until UMC, the president, the ministers, the governors, the national assemblymen, the councillors, the mayors and chairman, nobody will go and bluff people. I do this for you. We will not do that. In fact, that's lack of consciousness. That's like insulting the collective intelligence of Gambians.
Because it is their right.
Exactly. We first of all will tell you this is your right to judge.
Exactly.
We are not going to bluff. I do this. What do? You don't do nothing absolutely, because this is a common saying. You cannot give what you don't have. As a president, you don't have money for those wars. As president, you don't have money for those health centers. As president, you don't have money for those schools. So you cannot give what you don't have. So at the UMC, no UMC politician will bluff. I do this. I do this. No. We're going to disgrace you. We're not going to accept that. We transform the mentality of Gambian politicians. Whatever you do it and go. Let somebody come and continue. But it's not your money. Today, Jemma is not doing anything in the country. Jawara was not doing anything for the country after his term. But all the same thing, will not be able to do anything for the country after his term. So therefore, this was the mandate.
Exactly.
It's your responsibility. You are in fact given. In fact, you can only be you can only be reminded of your responsibilities, but you cannot clap for you for doing your mere responsibility. So UMC, we will change that. Okay. No politician will bluff. So, will be so prideful. I do this, I do that.
Okay, so conclusively, Malayalam police is Moele, and they seem realistic. And then we hope that whatever means that you alba make sola vale nyan told me for kalba kala Gambian wale niya tara Gambian wale al entrust with that position. We are hoping that aliake Gambian wale Simon Montana generation of me just to say things. And I think in Africa, especially in the Gambia, you understand? Even when I focus politics mugulia, the malady, politics mugulia, the politician mugulo. What because of come say historically, in come say be promised at the end of the day they will not do it. Or maybe never for more campaign abita fin mani boto se kala basa mal to they are going to vote for you. Near man boto se kaya di mole me alon kabuka man boto.
Yeah, baroko.
Ye duli no se kaya di mole me alon kabuka duli no. Ye jabo se kaya di mina me alon kabuka jabo ya. Aba vote le yala di. Muna ta vote. Yeah. Because amon ko do so to pura ayake. You understand? And then tell me the wood long the what sector I would long that I take JGB.
Yeah, baro.
Yeta ye mo.
Ibe da karmen. Ibe da karmen.
There's no matter than that karaka. Mummy for
baroko. United
movement for change. Imagine for United
movement for change.
United movement for change. Yeah, for change. So they the first thing that Anya take mean jibe wala ko more sensitive. So to the people they don't know. They have to know this is our right. This is our right. This is not a privilege on us. This is our right. You have to do it. In Yanta ko lang Gambian no more wala long. They don't know what is their right and what is their privilege. Now, one of the first thing that I want to do work and minna follow. Ali atanda ni mala right that is sensitization of first.
We will sensitize Gambians, and Gambians will know their basic right. In fact, we may at one point introduce a constitutional education from high school up to the university. Basic constitution. You don't, whether you are a lawyer or not a lawyer, UMC as part of our priority will introduce constitutional education in our schools.
We just playing the role.
Yeah, exactly. Civic is introduced lately.
Yes.
Our time there was no civic education, and I was teaching civic education because at one point I was a voluntary teacher at Latikunda. My I think last year as national assembly member, I do go to Latikunda senior secondary school. And I was teaching. The course they gave me was civic education, which is with Madam Fatan and others, which is a very good thing. But we will reinforce it, we will expand it, and we will make it more effective. citizens will know their right. That I should not vote for Honorable Yaya because he's a Mandinka. I should not vote for Bakari Ba because he's a Fula. Yeah, exactly. I should not vote for Bakar Baji because he's a Jola. I should not vote for Furmus Melbega. No, we will eradicate that. UMC will eradicate politics of insult, politics of misinformation, and politics of tribalism. We will. That's also our biggest priority to make sure that that is eradicated in the body politics of the Gambia. Gambians vote for persons of competence, persons of character, persons of capacity, and otherwise.
Okay. Nila jibe most of the nila jibe TikTok post ul tani film call. Ya mo be siakang yo sabo baroning ya jembe fana ni baro ya mo ke ya jembe la kalmo jabala WhatsApp audio la comments na la support ali. So aya fon nunga la support audio kono WhatsApp audio kono ako ala support audio kono ko abinala Gambia le. Mune tala opinion to
one thing I know which I can refute. Yaya Jammeh is a citizen, bona fide citizen of this country. He has every right to return to this country, and he has every right to contest to any electable office in this country. But Yaya Jammeh must also understand that there are some people who I'm speaking. He has issues with the law. That is very, very clear. Ngame kumandika kan wala muko angale kan ya jeme a right lemu amu nyum banku dingol ansay moto ya jeme banku dia tanola blokon an pour ya jeme mbur nan jam moto falan tanola blokon pour ya jeme ya fako mbelo la carte fayola moto tanola blokon bare ya jeme falan be ku ken understand na ko loi be banko kana atene loi me issue soto asa fan clear. Do understand before that law every day you go. I'm a lawyer. I go to the courts every day. There are people in the courts, me and be from different and every day. Sunyarolu, mofa, rape, etc., etc. So yeah, what he will do when he come to this country, I find clear. Then he's not above the law. He's a citizen. You know good dingal madi. Moto tanola blokono. Asa mungo nyimbangu ka moto tala blokono. Asa mungo nyimbangu fenofena moto tala blokono. But I feel me understand ako. Loi be nyele loi me alonko mofla mantra wo santo. Ni loi sulatala abita loi to afan defend ya yenyi neke ani manjing yenyi neke manjing when he is found guilty loi kuro memfo way kaka. Do understand when he is scot free, when he is not guilty, then he go about his normal life. But you cannot say I'm a citizen of the country, I will come back, I will contest election, but I'm not going to face the law. Nobody do that. So it's also understand that. I think it's clear. You can come back to this country, vie for any electable office, but also first understand go loi me alongo o loi nyimbe sugar ngol. I find clear before the law. Do you understand? I find clear before the law, please.
Okay, ni ata jibe sante Gambia na presidential carte for you asutiata because wala ke kan kumoti me wala nem fo ka mo nem fo na jibe politico mu kurati me alongo important because wala nem mandina banko kan itala political sati na yol bondije but ambelari kam political sati na yol bondije so itala on perspective wala ita fon la mira rodo. What are the political threats, the risks and the political tension towards the 2026 election?
Let's talk with the citizens. You see, I think there is no threat. If I should answer your question, there is no tension. There will be no tension.
I'm talking about.
Yeah, because we have to control our emotions. As I said, politics of insult, to provoke each other, politics of tribalism, to ridicule each other's tribe, and politics of misinformation. Let's be issue-based politics. Let's talk about issues.
Yeah.
Don't say Honorable Yassani has small head. The name is maintain. You go and grow maintain. Caricature him like no. Those are so trivial.
Yeah.
Those are UMC. In UMC, we want to make politics based on issues, education, health, agriculture, our economy, businesses. We give Gambians. We give Gambians what we can do for them. We are not going to say Barrow has big stomach. Useno Dabo is short. Mama Kande is tall. How do I call it? Esa Farah small. No, very good. That's not politics. So UMC, I'm sorry, even What I even realize is UMC has recently become moral police, ethics police in Gambian politics. I've seen many political organizations now giving press releases to tell their citizens to behave in reference to UMC. If UMC is like we come barely 3 months into Gambian body politics, but we are changing everything. We are discomforting political parties. Political parties are getting frustrated with the attitude and behavior of their supporters. Now you can see them advising their supporters to behave well, even though they don't mention UMC as a party. But that issue of telling political parties behave well mean they see UMC supporters behaving well, and they want their supporters to do the same.
saying bari kacami da wato sita na
Mhm.
rosu da tamala wato kana banne to mande wato tanji so finally it will mun kalmar su be mun fara Gambia noriye in order to maintain peace unity and then transparency during this 2026 presidential election that we are going to watch, because if you look at it there are political party jama la be lori ndum political party ni tala jama ika has also used towards the other political party and will be able useful you can. So what are the information or messages that you're going to send to the youths to be
But
mindful during this period of
what,
time
what I will
the 2026
send to
election?
youths and any other political actor, politico, alunga nyone ngapula. Let's stop insulting each other. Politico, alunga tribalism bula, alunga fatanyola siala. Let's stop tribalism. Let's stop caricaturing each other's tribe. Sabanjo, alunga kumakinsin fobula, nga nkana nyo misinform, nga politico ko based on issues. Let's forget about each other's passions. Let's forget about each other's family. Let's forget about each other's background. Let's forget about each other's educational records or blah blah. Let's go to the issues. Let's listen to the voice of our women, the voice of our teachers, the voice of our market women, the voice of the youth, the voice of the school children, the voice of the carpenters, the welders, the farmers, the provincial people. This is what we need. Let's listen to those people. What's their problem? What do they want? Now,
What realistic
exactly what exactly. So let's try to do that and forget about this pettiness. So politics of insult, misinformation, tribalism, going towards 2026. I advise myself and advise politicians and advise every other Gambian to make our politics issue based. Let's talk about issues and forget about passions. How short or tall? How black are you? How ugly are you? How big is your eye? How religious you are? It's all nonsense. It doesn't make any sense.
Okay, Honorable Yaya Mendesada, Abaraka Bagay for this wonderful interview with you. And then to our wonderful viewers, thank you so much. Um, thank you so much for the time. And then you do stay tuned with us next time for this interesting talk show. Bye bye.